I like my two props I went with today, man. I
Do
like them.
ya?
Yeah, I do. All right, well, let's
Yeah.
kick
So
this off.
yeah,
This is episode 10. We made it to double digits, dude. Episode 10 of Shameful Locks. We just want to take one quick second. Thank everybody that's been tuning in and week out. Uh, you know, if we didn't see that this was getting views, I'd cry. So thanks for keeping me from crying. We've been having a blast. We're going to start mixing it up a little bit with basketball. We might get some other people in here to join us too. Because, we're not basketball experts. Football, we know a thing or two, but
yeah,
basketball's a little different. So we might get somebody else in here. We'll see how it goes. I'm just playing around with ideas right now, but yeah, without further ado, we have championship weekend. But before we get into our prop bets for that, Gabe, give us a rundown of how we did in the divisional round.
yeah. So we both did two locks. This week we're going with one lock and then two props. Is that what we agreed on? That's what I have.
I thought we were just doing 2-player props.
I thought we were doing one lock and two
Okay,
props.
it's fine. It's fine. We can do
Well,
that.
I'll let you look real quick while I go over the rundown. It's a short time lock. That's on me, I guess. Um, Locks, yes. Last week's locks. I had Bengals +5, which cashed. Bengals beat the crap out of the Bills. I don't want to say I predicted that, but I predicted that. Also, this is kind of crazy to think. I'm going to say this, and you might not believe me. My bracket's still perfect.
Really?
Yeah,
Props to
which
you, dude.
which super cool, right? But like, I'm not winning a lot of money. I'm
We'll
not. I'm
yeah. We'll go ahead and put those brackets at the end of the video for anyone to look at them. Mine's in shambles. I know that. We won't put it up on the screen right now because that's embarrassing. But uh, either way, I'm glad you got a perfect bracket, man. That's sweet.
Yeah, and it feels good. I had the Final Four as Bengals, Chiefs, and 49ers, Eagles. I had the 49ers advancing and the Bengals advancing and the Bengals winning it all. Um, I don't feel too good about that anymore. We'll talk more about that later on with one of my blocks. But last week I also had 49ers -3.5, and they beat the Cowboys by a touchdown. So I went 2-0 on my locks last week. Felt pretty good.
Awesome.
Tim had the over in the Jags game, which only hit like 47 points. And you needed over 52.5, so you missed on that one. But you did pick it up. Finish the week 1-1 by getting the Bengals +5. Brilliant move by you. Flawless, I would even say.
Not
Um,
flawless because I missed one, but yeah.
you're right. My bad. Above average, for sure. If not,
I'll take
actually,
that.
just average.
Just
Average is
average.
1-1. Yeah.
It's all right.
Hate the
Uh,
Bengals, but think they're going to keep rolling.
I do
Audio.
too. I do too. Horror story from this past weekend, actually, real quick. I was in the state of Texas from Friday until Monday, and Texas does not have legalized sports gambling. So
Disgusting.
I I failed to remember to place my locks before I got on the plane, and so I was stranded in Texas with no ability to bet. It was sad times for me. But uh, with that being said, all you can do is move forward in life. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move forward 1-1. I'm not upset at that, but I'm also not in love with that. Since we're doing the 3 locks this weekend, I'm looking for 3-0. I'll put it plain and simple. And to start that out, my lock before we get to the player props is another over because I'm overs club.
Mm-hmm.
2 powerful offenses playing each other in Kansas City and Cincinnati. Over 48 on that. It's a flat 48 as it stands right now. That's subject to change. I like that over. I do. -110. We'll lock it in. We'll run with it. Like I said, if Mahomes is playing, which it looks like he is, and Joe Burrow and that offense is clicking, man. It's kind of cool to watch. I'm kind of in your boat. They're not really a division rival, but I'm not a huge Bengals fan. But that offense is fun to watch when they get to work. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Over 48 in that game, -110. Onto the player props, though, to kind of go along with that lock. I think this is a no-brainer, seeing Joe Burrow throwing over 277.5, baby. I am overs club all the way this weekend. That's at minus 114, 277.5. Joe Burrow, like I said, when this offense is clicking, it's clicking. Would not be surprised to see mid 300s out of that guy. So, I think 277 is a lock in unless some wild inclement weather comes around. I like the Bengals in this game. You look at just simply past track record. Joe doesn't lose to Patrick Mahomes. It's not, that's not what he does. He's 3-0 against the guy. I think he moves to 4-0 this weekend. It's going to be fun to watch either way, though. My second player prop is anytime Deebo Samuel touchdown in the 49er Eagle game. Deebo's been, he does everything. And it's been like that for a couple of years now, obviously. But I think with Brock Purdy back there, who everyone knows I'm high on that guy, but I think he's found a safety net in Deebo Samuel. Obviously, Kittle, tight end, rookie quarterbacks love their tight end. But I think Deebo goes out there and gets that done, gets a touchdown en route to a 49ers win. So,
wow, you think the 49ers winning this weekend, huh?
They're my Super Bowl champion. I got to.
Yeah. So further ado, my locks. Like I said earlier, my bracket is perfect. I have the exact Final Four with every game outcome predicting it, which would be cool. I would say it's cool, but it would be a lot cooler if I had just picked every money line every weekend, because I would have made a lot of money and because I would have been right.
Yeah.
I didn't, so less cool in my eyes. But like I said, with my bracket, I have the Bengals versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl. And I actually had $30 on the 49ers to win the entire NFC and just make it to the Super Bowl. I yanked it.
Really?
I yanked it. I
was there a cash out?
Yeah, there was a cash out. It was I put in $30 of free bonus money, and it gave me a cash out of $37. Yeah, but I was saying, I don't know. I think the Eagles look pretty damn good again. They look just like September and October Eagles, the Eagles that nobody wanted to play, and they didn't give a fuck. They beat the shit out of anybody. Yeah. I'm a Brock Purdy supporter. I'm not one of those guys who's up there saying he's a top 10 QB in the league, because I don't believe that. You're just out of your mind if you say that. But I think this is just going to come down to veteranship at this point. Yeah. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game. And I think once it gets into higher scoring, I don't think that Purdy is going to be able to keep up with the Eagles offense. And I'm not saying that's strictly on him. I just think the Eagles have better offensive players. Bless you. Bless you. Fuck yourself. I was talking. I just think the Eagles have a better offense than the 49ers. Defensively, I think they're pretty darn similar. Yeah. I would say that the 49ers probably have a slight edge there, but I think the offensive side goes to the Eagles. So I have Eagles minus 2.5 as my lock of the week. Kind of fading my original pick. This will destroy my bracket. I will officially have one wrong pick. If not, minorly cool, I guess. But yeah, this moves me on to my 2 player props I got. By the way, Eagles was minus 2.5 at minus 115 on FanDuel. But yes, player props. I got Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns for minus 192 on FanDuel. It's going to be 11 degrees because it's a night game in Kansas City. I still think the Bengals win it. I have money on them to win it all. I think they're going to win it all. Again, you would think the Chiefs win this game, but history, the last 3 games says otherwise. So why not just roll with the team that keeps winning? And I think the team that looks better, they have a way better defense than Kansas City. And the offense is, I would say, on par. They can both move the ball whenever they want, how they want, when they want, But yeah, Burrow 2 touchdowns. And then lastly, this is kind of a bold one, but I got Isaiah Pacheco over 48.5 rushing yards. I got that at minus 114. And the reason I like this one, he's pretty good. He's really damn explosive. I don't know if you've watched any of Isaiah Pacheco, but when he's in the backfield, I feel like when he runs hard and fast, and just looks like he got shot out of a cannon on every run.
Yeah.
And I think 48.5 yards in a game that both teams are probably in the second half. Once it gets later in the game, whoever has the lead is probably going to just try to crank as much clock out as they can. And I think the Chiefs are going to be able to they'll probably try to do this because that's kind of what the Bengals have done to them. And 48.5 yards, I think he might hit that before halftime.
Yeah.
He had 94 last week.
Seems like a safe bet. A lock, you could say.
I would actually I would say that, yeah. And I actually parlayed those together and sent that to you. Hold on. You might want to put it up on the screen.
I'll put it up there.
But I got that all three of my picks I parlayed together for plus 454.
Nice. Love a good plus 400. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with the parlays a little bit this weekend. Last big week or last multiple game weekend of the year.
Depressing.
Put some multiple game parlays together. That's where you get your big money. You know, the single game parlays are one thing, but you put a single game parlay and then put it with some stuff in the other game, you're getting some big money out of that. And I haven't won any of those, but it's the idea of it, you know.
How do you see this weekend going with these two games?
Well, as my first lock, I see the Bengals Chiefs game being a shootout. I'm an overs better just as it is. So that's what I want to see. And that's what I like to see. So I bet on it. But I think if Mahomes stays healthy, you know, it'll be a close game there down towards the end. I worry though, if he messes that ankle up, because from experience, I know how kind of hard it is to throw a football on a busted ankle. You know, you don't think too much of it, like, that's not really involved. It is, you know, throwing a football is a lower body activity as well. So I think that's going to be a big storyline, is if he can stay healthy. If he does, I think they got a shot at winning it. But that well-oiled machine over there in Cincinnati is going to be fun to see. On the flip side, you know, the Eagles offense against that 49er defense is going to be a telltale of how that game goes. 100%. You know, if the Eagles offense, you know, comes out flat and gets dominated and controlled by this very good San Francisco defense, you're going to have, you know, a lower scoring matchup where the 49ers offense runs it down the Eagles' throat and simply, you know, runs the clock out, you know, gets some points and then runs the clock out, which is the way that offense is built. It's very rushing attack, game management, clock control type of thing. So out of it, I think you see San Francisco and Cincinnati in the Super Bowl. And then that one can really go either way, which would be pretty cool if both of our Super Bowl picks end up in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I would actually enjoy that. I think this is the first time in a few years where I wouldn't really be mad if any of these teams won it. Like, I don't hate any of these teams.
Because Brady's not in it no more, so
pretty much.
That's why
it's pretty much what it comes down to. No Lamar Jackson, no I mean, if I had to pick against anybody, it'd probably just be against Mahomes, just because give someone new up there, you know.
And his family kind of sucks.
They've been. I'm actually really impressed with how
they've been quiet this year.
Yeah, but if they win, we'll hear from them, I'm sure. I don't want to talk about this, but I think it's really important. I've been hearing a lot about it, and I think it's low-key annoying, but I think there's a good point that needs to be brought up, is that, and you can attest to this. So people keep talking about Mahomes' ankle, and he looks fine. People are like watching videos of him just walking to see like any limp.
If he's favoring it,
yeah, and he looks fine. And I think people are going to be like, "Oh, he's fine. But all it takes is one bad, because you know Mahomes scrambles in the pocket like nobody else almost, and all it takes is one bad cut or one bad hit, and you're back down to, oh my god, I can barely walk. Because that ankle, like, especially with people, the way he moves around the pocket, it's going to take one bad cut or something, or he's going to stop on a dime. and it's gonna destroy his ankle again, and it's gonna hurt really bad. And I could see that happening early in this game because he's gonna think he's all right, and then go, shit.
Yeah, I hear you. Either way, though, it's going to be a great weekend. Looking forward to it. A couple of very good games, very good matchups. But yeah, either way, no matter, I kind of agree with what you were saying earlier. I don't think I'd hate seeing any of these teams win it. Really cool storylines all around, which, if you subject to that line of thinking, some great script writing by the NFL.
Piss.
Oh, okay. Piss. Okay. All right. Great take from you. I don't know what that's referring to, but all right, folks. Well, since my Wi-Fi is crapping out as it usually does, we'll go ahead and bring this thing down. Any closing remarks from you, Mr. Gabe?
Rooting for the Bengals, but I hate you.
All right. That has been episode 10 of Shameful Locks. We may or may not do an episode next week just because the Super Bowl, is in a couple weeks. Piss once again. Stay tuned for that next episode. Come back, see how our Super Bowl picks are doing. Always remember to gamble responsibly in every situation. Or don't. Or put all your life savings on the Chiefs winning this weekend and be wrong.
All right.
All right, folks. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook because we're on that now too.